Have you ever wondered about the unique qualities of older individuals who enjoy solitude? If you're someone who values alone time, or if you're simply curious about the strengths of those who do, this discussion is for you. Today we will explore 4 remarkable qualities that make these individuals truly special. One of the most outstanding traits of older individuals who cherish their alone time is their deep self-awareness. Over the years, they have spent time reflecting on their experiences, understanding their emotions, and gaining clarity on who they truly are. This self-awareness creates a strong sense of confidence and inner peace, making them less reliant on external validation. For example, I once met Margaret, a 70-year-old retired teacher, who described how solitude helped her understand herself on a deeper level. She found great comfort in journaling and meditation, which allowed her to explore thoughts she had never expressed before. Through these quiet moments, she discovered new passions, gained a greater appreciation for life, and developed a sense of self-assurance that radiated from within. Older individuals who embrace solitude don't fear being alone because they understand themselves deeply. They are comfortable in their own company, which allows them to make decisions with clarity and purpose. They trust themselves and their instincts, a quality that makes them stand out as wise and emotionally strong individuals. Another defining characteristic of older individuals who enjoy solitude is their fierce independence. They have learned to rely on themselves, solve their own problems, and navigate life without depending on constant input from others. This self-sufficiency fosters resilience and adaptability, making them well-equipped to handle whatever life throws their way. Take John, a widower in his late 60s, for example. He enjoys his solitude but is also incredibly independent. He takes care of his home, manages his finances, and even embarks on solo travel adventures. His stories of exploring new places alone are both inspiring and empowering. Despite his preference for solitude, he remains fully engaged with life, proving that being alone does not mean being lonely. Independence isn't just about handling responsibilities, it's also about mental strength. Those who embrace solitude don't feel the need to constantly seek approval or validation from others. They make decisions based on their own values and experiences, leading a life that is true to their own desires rather than societal expectations. Many of these individuals have also developed practical skills that allow them to live self-sufficiently. Whether it's fixing things around the house, learning new technologies, or planning solo trips, they possess an impressive ability to navigate the world on their own terms. Their independence is a testament to their confidence and ability to thrive in solitude. Solitude and creativity often go hand in hand. Many older individuals who enjoy their own company find that alone time fuels their creativity, allowing them to engage in artistic and intellectual pursuits without distractions. Take Mary, an 80-year-old painter, for instance. Her home is adorned with vibrant artwork, each piece reflecting a part of her soul. She once shared that her most profound and moving paintings were created during quiet, uninterrupted moments alone. Without external pressures, she was able to explore her creativity freely and produce some of her most expressive work. Creativity doesn't always mean painting or writing. It can manifest in gardening, woodworking, crafting, or even problem-solving. Many older individuals who embrace solitude develop new skills or refine existing ones, finding joy in expressing themselves in ways that are meaningful to them. A great example is Clara, an 85-year-old former librarian who enjoys writing poetry. She once told me that her best pieces emerged when she was alone, free from distractions and external influences. Her poetry reflects a lifetime of wisdom, and she finds immense fulfillment in putting her thoughts into words. The ability to sit in solitude and create is a gift that many older individuals cherish. Without the distractions of constant social interaction, they are able to dive deep into their imagination and bring something beautiful into the world. Their creative spirit is a reflection of their independence, self-awareness, and ability to find fulfillment within themselves. Perhaps the most remarkable trait of older individuals who enjoy solitude is their deep and complex inner world. They spend time thinking, reflecting, and processing their emotions, which allows them to develop a rich, thoughtful perspective on life. Unlike those who rely on external stimulation for fulfillment, these individuals find joy in their thoughts, memories, and personal experiences. They engage in activities that nurture their minds and souls, such as reading, journaling, or simply spending time in quiet contemplation. Clara, the former librarian, exemplifies this beautifully. Her vast collection of books is more than just a hobby. It's a window into different worlds and ideas. She once told me, "Books have been my lifelong companions. Each one has taught me something new, and through them I've traveled the world without leaving my home." Her deep appreciation for knowledge and intellectual curiosity makes her conversations incredibly enriching. This rich inner life makes older individuals who enjoy solitude fascinating to talk to. They have spent years accumulating wisdom, forming unique perspectives, and developing a profound understanding of themselves and the world. Their thoughts are often insightful, reflective, and deeply meaningful. In addition, their ability to be comfortable in their own minds allows them to handle challenges with a calm and measured approach. Rather than reacting impulsively, they take the time to process situations thoughtfully, making them excellent problem solvers and decision makers. Ultimately, a rich inner life is what enables these individuals to find peace and fulfillment within themselves. They don't need constant entertainment or distractions. They have built a world of intellectual and emotional depth that keeps them engaged and inspired. Older individuals who enjoy solitude possess incredible strengths: self-awareness, independence, creativity, and a rich inner life. They thrive not because they avoid people, but because they have learned to be comfortable with themselves. Their ability to live with purpose, embrace creativity, and cultivate wisdom makes them truly remarkable. If you relate to these qualities, know that your love for solitude is a gift, one that brings peace, fulfillment, and a deep connection with yourself. Older individuals who embrace solitude often develop strong emotional resilience. Over the years, they have learned to process their emotions independently, finding healthy ways to cope with stress, sadness, and loneliness. Their ability to navigate life's highs and lows with dignity reflects their inner strength and adaptability. Take my friend Robert, a 75-year-old war veteran, for example. After losing his wife, he faced an overwhelming wave of grief. But instead of letting it consume him, he turned to nature for solace. Robert began spending hours hiking, reflecting, and reconnecting with himself. Through this process, he found peace within his solitude, proving that true strength lies in the ability to heal from within. This emotional resilience is what allows older individuals who enjoy solitude to remain calm and composed in challenging situations. They don't depend on others to regulate their emotions. Instead, they have cultivated the ability to self-soothe and find peace in their own company. Solitude often fosters a deep sense of gratitude and contentment. Those who prefer their own company learn to appreciate life's simple joys. A warm cup of tea, a beautiful sunset, or the sound of birds in the morning. They don't seek happiness in external distractions. Instead, they find fulfillment in everyday moments. I'll never forget a conversation with Elena, a retired nurse in her late 70s. She shared how much she cherished her morning walks, listening to the birds sing and watching the sunrise. For her, these quiet moments were a source of immense happiness. While many people chase grand experiences, Elena taught me that true contentment lies in appreciating the present. This mindset allows them to age with grace and peace, as they are not constantly seeking more, but instead finding joy in what they already have. Their ability to be present, grateful, and content is an inspiring lesson for all of us. Happiness doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating what we already have. Many older individuals who enjoy solitude are deeply empathetic and compassionate. Their time alone has allowed them to reflect on their experiences, gain perspective, and develop a profound understanding of human emotions. This empathy makes them incredible listeners and compassionate friends. Take Helen, an 82-year-old retired social worker, for example. She is one of the kindest and most understanding people I know. Despite her preference for solitude, she has dedicated her days to volunteering at a local shelter, offering a listening ear and words of encouragement to those in need. Her ability to connect with others on a deep emotional level comes from years of quiet introspection. Solitude has given her the space to understand herself and others more deeply, allowing her to offer genuine kindness without expectation. Her story is a testament to the fact that time alone doesn't make someone isolated. It makes them more in tune with the emotions of those around them. This heightened empathy is a common trait among older individuals who prefer solitude. They may not be the most socially outgoing, but when they do engage with others, their presence is deeply meaningful. Their words carry wisdom, their insights come from reflection, and their ability to offer support comes from a place of true understanding. Another defining characteristic of older people who value solitude is their strong sense of boundaries. They have learned the importance of protecting their energy and prioritizing their well-being. Unlike those who feel obligated to please others, they understand that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's necessary for a fulfilling life. I think of my Aunt Beatrice, who at 73 has mastered the art of boundaries. She never hesitates to say no when she needs time for herself. If an invitation disrupts her sense of peace, she declines it without guilt or apology. She has shown me that setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about ensuring that relationships are built on mutual respect. This ability to honor personal space whilst still maintaining meaningful relationships is a rare and valuable skill. Many older individuals who enjoy solitude are selective about how they spend their time, choosing to engage with others on their own terms rather than out of obligation. They understand that protecting their emotional and mental well-being allows them to be fully present and engaged when they do interact with others. Because of this, their relationships are often genuine, intentional, and deeply fulfilling. Setting boundaries also extends to avoiding unnecessary drama or negativity. They don't entertain toxic relationships or overcommit to obligations that drain their energy. Instead, they focus on what brings them joy, peace, and fulfillment. Older individuals who appreciate solitude possess remarkable qualities that make them truly unique. Their emotional resilience, gratitude, empathy, and strong boundaries allow them to navigate life with peace and wisdom. They remind us that solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and emotional well-being. Their ability to find joy in quiet moments, handle challenges with grace, and set healthy boundaries is something we can all learn from. If you identify with these traits, know that your love for solitude is a strength, not a weakness. Embracing your own company allows you to live authentically, think deeply, and form meaningful connections on your own terms. Contrary to the stereotype that people who enjoy solitude are antisocial, older individuals who cherish their alone time often develop a deeper appreciation for relationships. They prioritize quality over quantity, nurturing meaningful connections rather than maintaining surface-level interactions. Their solitude allows them to recharge, making their time with others more intentional and fulfilling. My Uncle David, at 78 years old, is a perfect example. He treasures his quiet evenings at home, enjoying hobbies and personal reflection. However, when he does spend time with his close, quick-knit group of friends, he is fully present and engaged. His conversations are thoughtful, his laughter is genuine, and his ability to listen with intent makes his relationships truly special. David has mastered the balance between solitude and social interaction, proving that enjoying alone time doesn't mean disconnection from others. It means cherishing human connections even more. Contrary to the stereotype that people who enjoy solitude are antisocial, older individuals who cherish their alone time often develop a deeper appreciation for relationships. They prioritize quality over quantity, nurturing meaningful connections rather than maintaining surface-level interactions. Their solitude allows them to recharge, making their time with others more intentional and fulfilling. My Uncle David, at 78 years old, is a perfect example. He treasures his quiet evenings at home, enjoying hobbies and personal reflection. However, when he does spend time with his close-knit group of friends, he is fully present and engaged. His conversations are thoughtful, his laughter is genuine, and his ability to listen with intent makes his relationships truly special. David has mastered the balance between solitude and social interaction, proving that enjoying alone time doesn't mean disconnection from others. It means cherishing human connections even more. Older individuals who embrace solitude often develop a deep well of wisdom through years of self-reflection and introspection. Without the constant distractions of a busy social life, they have had the time to analyze experiences, learn from past mistakes, and develop profound insights about life. Take Eleanor, a 76-year-old retired professor. She spends her quiet afternoons journaling and revisiting old letters. Through solitude, she has come to understand herself and others better, making her advice incredibly valuable. She once told me, "The answers we seek are often within us, but we only hear them when we're quiet enough to listen." This ability to extract life lessons from the past and use them to guide their present makes older individuals who enjoy solitude wise and deeply insightful. Solitude teaches emotional stability and patience, two qualities that become more apparent as people age. Those who enjoy their own company tend to be less reactive, more composed, and better at managing stress than those who constantly seek external distractions. My neighbor George, an 80-year-old retired engineer, is a great example. He once shared how his love for gardening taught him patience. Tending to his plants daily, watching them grow slowly over time, helped him cultivate emotional balance. He said, "Nature doesn't rush, yet everything gets done." This patient, steady approach to life allows them to handle challenges with grace. Whether it's dealing with health concerns, unexpected setbacks, or changing relationships, their inner stability helps them navigate life's ups and downs with a calm and composed heart. While some fear that solitude leads to boredom or lack of purpose, older individuals who embrace being alone often cultivate a strong sense of purpose. They find meaning in their passions, personal projects, or acts of service, giving them a reason to wake up every morning feeling fulfilled. Consider Frank, a 74-year-old retired carpenter who now builds birdhouses and donates them to local parks. He told me, "It keeps my hands busy and my heart happy, knowing I'm doing something that matters." People like Frank prove that solitude is not about idleness, but about creating a life that still feels meaningful. Whether it's volunteering, learning new skills, or simply being present for others, they find purpose in their own way, making their later years deeply rewarding. If you value your alone time or know someone who does, take a moment to celebrate these wonderful qualities. Older individuals who embrace solitude bring a wealth of wisdom, creativity, and emotional depth to the world. Solitude is not loneliness. It's a gift of self-discovery, peace, and inner fulfillment. It allows for reflection, growth, and a deeper understanding of life. Those who enjoy their own company are often the most insightful, empathetic, and emotionally strong individuals. So, the next time you find yourself enjoying a quiet moment alone, pause and appreciate the incredible person you are. Your ability to find peace within yourself is not just admirable, it's inspiring. Whether you are reading, painting, walking, or simply sitting in stillness, know that your love for solitude is a strength, not a weakness. We would love to hear from you. How do you embrace your alone time? Do you relate to any of these qualities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this discussion meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay connected for more insights on personal growth, wisdom, and the beauty of aging gracefully. Thank you for watching. Living alone, especially as you grow older, is often portrayed as a peaceful and empowering experience. You get to do what you want when you want without any interruptions or obligations to others. While this is true to some extent, there's another side to the story. Things you won't hear until you experience them yourself. I've gathered wisdom from countless platforms and forums, and I want to share what most people are saying. This isn't just my experience, but a collective one from those who have walked this path before. It's not all bad, it's just real. So, let's talk about the parts of living alone as an older person that people don't often tell you about, and how you can make the most of it. One of the biggest surprises about living alone in your later years is realizing that you are your own safety net. There's no one around to notice if something goes wrong. Many stories online describe people who fell and weren't found for hours or even days because no one was checking on them regularly. One person shared how they started carrying their phone everywhere, even in the shower, just in case. While this might sound extreme, it's a good idea to think ahead about your safety. You might consider wearing a smartwatch or using a medical alert system, especially if you live in a remote area or don't have close neighbors. Some have installed an emergency key lock box outside their home so that trusted friends or family members can enter without breaking a window if needed. Taking these precautions can provide peace of mind and allow you to continue living alone confidently. Many assume that living alone is perfect for introverts. While that may be true, even the most solitary people can experience bouts of loneliness, especially as they get older. Social circles tend to shrink over time. Friends move away, retire, or pass on, and meeting new people can feel more challenging. One elderly gentleman shared online that he sometimes goes days without a single conversation. He loves his independence, but misses the casual interactions of having someone around, whether a partner, a friend, or even a roommate. For some, the solution has been adopting a pet. Pets provide companionship, routine, and responsibility. As one woman said, "My cat might not talk, but he's always there when I come home, and that makes all the difference." Another thing that becomes more difficult with age is keeping up with household tasks. Energy levels change, and chores like mowing the lawn, vacuuming, or even simple home repairs can feel exhausting. Some people keep a list of home projects that need to be done but end up putting most of them off. Not because they don't care, but because it's overwhelming to do everything alone. If you're in this position, don't hesitate to get help. Hiring someone for the heavy lifting chores or asking family and friends to pitch in occasionally can make a huge difference. If your budget allows, consider downsizing. A smaller living space means less maintenance, fewer responsibilities, and more time to focus on the things that truly matter. One recurring theme in personal stories about living alone is the importance of daily routines. Without a partner or housemate to share responsibilities or unexpected plans, routine becomes the foundation of daily life. Whether it's sipping coffee on the porch each morning, taking a peaceful afternoon walk, or winding down with a favorite TV show in the evening, these small rituals provide comfort and stability. One woman in her 70s shared that she starts every morning by playing the same song while making breakfast, just to bring some energy into the quiet house. Another man described how he looks forward to watering his garden every evening, not just to care for the plants, but because it gives his day structure and purpose. There's beauty in routine. Don't let anyone make you feel as though a predictable schedule is a bad thing. These little rituals make living alone meaningful, giving you control over your life and something to look forward to every day. Cooking for yourself can be an unexpected challenge when living alone. Without the need to prepare meals for others, it's easy to fall into the habit of skipping home-cooked meals in favor of frozen dinners or takeout. Many older adults admit to resorting to convenience foods because cooking a full meal for one person seems like too much effort. However, shifting your perspective on cooking can make all the difference. As one woman commented in an online forum, "Learning to love cooking for myself changed everything. It became less about the effort and more about the care I was putting into my own well-being." Cooking for yourself can be a small act of self-care, a reminder that you deserve healthy, nourishing meals. A helpful approach is batch cooking, preparing larger portions on the weekend and storing leftovers for the week. Some people find joy in experimenting with new recipes, turning cooking into a hobby rather than a chore. Making an effort to prepare meals at home is not only healthier, but it's also more budget-friendly in the long run. It allows you to maintain control over your diet and create meals that truly bring you joy. When you're older and living alone, cooking can feel like more effort than it's worth. Without the need to prepare large meals for a family, it's easy to fall into the habit of relying on frozen meals or takeout for convenience. I've read countless stories of people defaulting to pre-packaged foods simply because it seemed easier than cooking from scratch. However, as one woman shared in an online forum, learning to love cooking for yourself can change your perspective entirely. It becomes less about the effort and more about the care you're putting into yourself. Cooking for yourself can be a powerful act of self-care. Instead of seeing it as a chore, try reframing it as a way to nourish both your body and mind. One helpful approach is batch cooking, preparing meals on the weekend and portioning them out for the week. This reduces the need for daily cooking, while still ensuring you have homemade, nutritious food available. Others find joy in experimenting with new recipes, treating cooking as a hobby rather than a task. Taking the time to prepare meals with care serves as a reminder that you are worth the effort. Plus, cooking at home is often healthier and more budget-friendly than relying on takeout. Many people don't realize how deeply silence can affect them until they start living alone. If you've spent years in a bustling household or a full-time job surrounded by colleagues, adjusting to the stillness can be unsettling. Some people thrive in peace and quiet, but for others, it can feel isolating, especially in the evenings when the absence of noise is most noticeable. One older woman shared that she started leaving the radio on while doing chores, simply to fill the air with familiar sounds. Another man said he listens to podcasts throughout the day to create the feeling of having someone there, whether it's music, audiobooks, or even keeping the TV on for background noise. Finding ways to break the silence can make a big difference. On the other hand, the quiet can also be a gift. If you've spent your life surrounded by people and responsibilities, living alone can provide the space to think, reflect, and recharge. It's a chance to slow down, embrace solitude, and enjoy the stillness in ways you never could before. Living alone, particularly as you get older, can make it easier to slip into a sedentary lifestyle. Without a partner or housemate encouraging you to go for walks or join activities, it takes more effort to stay physically active. Many people on forums have admitted that after living alone for a while, they noticed their physical fitness declining. One man shared that he used to take daily walks but slowly stopped. "I didn't realize how much less active I was until my body started to stiffen up," he said. Staying active requires intentionality when you don't have someone motivating you. Small steps can have a big impact on your well-being. Consider setting a daily step goal, stretching in the morning, or joining a local fitness class designed for older adults. One woman I read about got a dog purely for this reason. Her pet needed walks, which helped her stay active too. Exercise doesn't have to mean hitting the gym. It can be as simple as gardening, dancing around your living room, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Keeping your body moving not only improves your physical health, but also lifts your mood and keeps your mind clear. Something people don't often talk about is how living alone can change your relationship with time. Without another person in the house to structure your day, whether it's a